Welcome back, it's your boy Navtastic here, and today I'm just going to review my squad. And now that the transfer window is closed and the dust settled a bit, I'm going to show really the potential and the current ability of my players, from goalkeepers all the way through to strikers. As you can see, a lot of them are high on the potential, not so great on the current ability. One guy that is, though, is Jack Turner, my rock in goal. I mean, his kicking is surprisingly high, given some of the abysmal goal kicks he's had so far in the few of the games. And if you look at just the goalkeeping stats and the role that my assistant recommends, his aerial ability is 7, command of area is not great, his one-on-ones are alright, reflexes are good, his positioning is good, which is probably the most important for me. His agility is also good. Decisions could improve, his just concentration is good. And as many double digits you can see at this level, that's a promising sign. And so that 5-star potential, and I like it. He's gonna be a stalwart for me. I've also got Carl Merson as my backup keeper. He's an eccentric one, apparently. His current ability is not great, but his potential is just every bit as good as Jack Turner. The only problem for him is Jack is exactly the same age as he is. To have two promising keepers is a blessing for me, but it's also a bit of a curse, because how long will I be able to keep him? Can I continue to pay him 75 quid a week if he's not playing week in, week out? So, I mean, look at those stats. Jack's distribution's apparently better, his shot stopping is better, he's more physical, he's got more speed, better in the mental aspect, but the aerial, the communication and the eccentricity, it's all Carl Merson. In that sense, I'd rather have what Jack's offering than Carl. I mean, Carl could grow into that, definitely. I have no doubt about it, but for now, Jack's going to get the start. No doubt about it. Xim Sotomo, probably my weakest player, well, one of the weakest players in my squad, but I need him. I'm not going to say I don't need him, I need him. His tackling is good, that's his main thing, his bravery is good, his positioning is could be improved, but he is essential for me because I need that cover, and he provides that. And he's still 18. Let's not rule him out completely. But my scouts don't really reckon he's going to be much. I'm going to continue training. I'm going to keep him around. For me, he's a useful player to have. But, I mean, he's just a backup. And definitely the weakest if you see on that page. Definitely the weakest. Edward Grant, one of my signings. Potential 5 stars. Tackling's good. His work rate's good. And his teamwork's good. His positioning needs to be improved big time. Defenders who have poor positioning for me, I generally do not like. But as he's 16, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's got other areas which are great. His strength's not magnificent, but his acceleration is. His pace is, his natural fitness is. All of that works in his favour. His bravery is really good. So, I mean, good prospect, really good prospect. Jordan Brown, one of the strongest members of my squad again. 5-star potential, 4.5-star current ability. And his stats, when you look at them, don't jump off the page. It's when you look at them individually, putting them down, they're all in the high single digits or the low double digits. And that really is why he is a key player for me. Does he merit 180 quid a week? I didn't offer him that, so I can't really say. But he's by far my best left back, so he's going to feature a lot. Next up is Jared Eiffel, another one of my best players, if not my best players. 5-star current, 5-star potential. I don't know what potential he has at this stage of his career. He's 31, but look at his stats, just a beast. 350 quid a week. I mean, I happily pay that. He's probably the most important, or at least one of the most important players in my team. Luke Adams, my new signing as well. And look at those stats for a 20-year-old. Solid, really solid. 5-star potential. He looks good enough. He looks good enough to start for me, and that's why. He's locked in to start alongside Jared. I feel. At the moment, Jared's just bossing him on everything except for the defending statistic. But that defending statistic being so high is exactly why I wanted Luke Adams. He has a potential to soar. Luke Neville is weak. He is just cover for me. He's a backup player, and 15 quid a week, I'll happily pay that. Lewis Farrell, key man, right back, solid, top player, top professional. If you look at the other options I have at right back, he is by far the best. And I've got Stefan, who's quite highly ranked, but there's just something I don't really like about him. I don't know why. You shouldn't really get these sort of prejudgments in your head, but when I've played him, he hasn't performed that well. And although his current ability is 4 stars, again, he's just going to be a backup for me. Sanchez has got 4.5 stars with a 4.5-star potential, so he's pretty much reached the maximum of his growth, or according to my scouts anyway. But his versatility, his lack of wanting to earn any money, apparently, and just the differences he makes. He offers something different to Jordy Thompson. He gets down the wing with his pace, and he puts in a good cross more often than not. Jordy Thompson is more someone that's going to cut in and score more often. Not that he doesn't cross it as much, but if you look at his stats, he's more apt at dribbling than he is going to put in, these killer passes. Kyra Pharaoh, another one of my new signings. 16-year-old, 5-star potential. My midfielders, one thing I always want to see in them is that passing ability. Not many of my midfielders have that except for my stalwarts. Troy Ferguson was one that really surprised me. He's got 4.5-star potential, but he completely see here in the overview, he's just so much better than Kyra Pharaoh at this moment in time. And I thought when I played them, Kyron's better, but fair play to Troy. That's why I've brought him in more in these games recently. He's just really good. Scott Taylor, my assistant manager, just look at those stats. Fantastic. Off the ball, leader, everything you want to see. His teamwork is off the charts. He's been integral for me. Hopefully, he's 37. I hope he can keep going. His physical stats don't really scream like someone that's gonna go for much longer. Hugh Johnson, he is the creative maestro in my team. He's got the best passing, the best touch, the best free kick ability. Yeah, essential. I need him around for years to come. Max Worsfold is actually, in terms of statistics, he's a better left winger than Lewis Ray Beadle. But Beadle, for me, he just gets into the box and he'll beat his man. It's as simple as that. Maybe it's a confidence thing. Max is not doing that at the moment. But Lou Ray just... look at the stats. He's not exactly that spectacular in statistics perspective, but you always have to put them on the eye test. You see them and you see them make a difference. That's how I judge them. That doesn't mean that Max can not come back into it. He absolutely can. Dan Brown, he's probably my last resort striker. Theo Fosu is currently my 4th choice, even though he's got a better ranking than Cyril Akanse. Cyril Akanse is got finishing. As simple as that. His finishing is better. Theo Fosu has a great other touch. His link-up play with Akintenyo was fantastic. You saw him grab a couple of goals earlier as well. But I can say, look at that finishing. He's got good heading. He's proper striker. If he gets those little nuances in his touch and his positioning is off the ball, then he'll be top notch. Akinsanya, easily my best striker. Everything he's got about him, and his strength is what really sets him apart. 5-star potential, 18 years old. Hopefully I can have him for a decade. Hopefully he improves to that sort of rate of knots and relishes every level. Tana Komush, another signing of mine, good finishing. He's going to be competing with the Kansei to get that start alongside Akinsanya. Those are 3 strikers I want to see through the levels and see them relish it like Ricky Lambert does, but I don't see it. I mean, that's definitely ambitious. Apart from that, as you can see, I've got a ton of 5-star potentials. Squad's really young. I think I've got 2 players over 24, and they're both in their 30s. Other than that, everyone's below 24, and the majority is below 22. See here. Look at that. That's nice and young squad. If I can keep this group around for a couple of years, I've got the foundations of something pretty decent here. But that, with the proviso that they continue to grow and adapt to every level, there's no guarantees that will happen. So I'm definitely going to have to improve the squad as I go along. The statistics-wise, nothing really spectacular, but all in all, pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's not definitely a team that I can contend with. Well, for a player spot, in my mind, that's what I'll be going for. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.